Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I stand to support this motion, this resolution, Mr. Speaker, moved by the Prime Minister to borrow $9.71 million to assist the fire service in various ways. Mr. Speaker, I want to spend a few minutes just to place on record and to register the appreciation of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs to the fire officers who continue to give all that they can to the welfare of the people of St. Lucia. But I want to point out the performance of the fire officers during the heights of the COVID-19 pandemic in particular. Mr. Speaker, many people will know that during the heights of the COVID-19 pandemic, even family members became very afraid of their own relatives who for the first time in their lives, they witnessed things happening to the bodies of their families that they themselves could not handle. Even in some quarters, Mr. Speaker, it was difficult for other professionals to handle the victims of the COVID-19 pandemic. But the fire officers had to gear up at every call and to handle the COVID-19 victims until they got to the Victoria Hospital or other medical facility. At that time, Mr. Speaker, many of them could not handle it psychologically, and I have many stories from doctors at Victoria Hospital who indicated to me, Mr. Speaker, that there were many fire officers upon their arrival at Victoria Hospital, after having delivered the patients to the Victoria Hospital, just could not stand it and could not bear it, and they would just burst into tears. So, Mr. Speaker, it is very heartwarming to see this Prime Minister coming to the House and presenting this opportunity, presenting to the people of St. Lucia this injection of support to the fire service, and I wish, as Minister for Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, to put my support right up with the other colleagues. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the officers, and in particular, I want to thank the acting fire chief. For many years ago, Mr. Speaker, long before we were in government, as a member of parliament in opposition, the acting fire chief came to my office, Mr. Ditney Downs, and had a long meeting with me. And he did not know if we would have been in government, but he said to me, here are the concerns of the fire service. Here are so many concerns, and we believe that these concerns need to be addressed. And I took down the notes that day, and I could not believe some of the things that Mr. Downs told me. I could not believe some of the pressures and some of the experiences that they were going through. So I'm very happy, Mr. Speaker, that I'm part of a government today, and we are able to demonstrate to the fire service that we indeed will put them first. We indeed will look at their struggles and try our very best to assist. You can see very well, Mr. Speaker, you can see very clearly that we are different governments. Very clearly, Mr. Speaker, our priorities are different. Very clearly, close to 2.5 years, every time we come to the parliament, whether it be to borrow money, you can see that we are different. Look at the terms, Mr. Speaker. Look at the repayment terms. Look at what we are borrowing monies for. And clearly, we are different to the last government, and the difference is like night and day. And let me just detour a little, Mr. Speaker. This morning, the press pressured me a little about horse racing, and they said I went down to Viewfort to talk about horse racing, and they're saying to me, what is different? Why couldn't we boast the DSH and the people are having horse racing, and I'm talking about it? Again, I said to them, Mr. Speaker, we are different government, very different. We look at things differently. What is being organized in Vieux Fort is not being organized by the government. It's being organized by young people, positive people. It is not the government. This is not the government. The Southern Equestrian Association, together with other horse lovers of horses in Grosile and everywhere around St. Lucia, they have come together, and Mr. Reno Kajada is providing the equipment and materials. We have St. Lucians coming together to do something wonderful, and the government is happy about it. This is not about us, it's about the people. It's about the people. And there's a big difference. We didn't spend $13 million to build a road for the horse racing track. The people have decided to come. And the young people from Vieux Fort have had the horse races for many, many years. Along the way, Dr. Kenny Anthony came and has been supporting them. And so that is how this government operates. If the people are doing something positive, then we praise it for the people. And that's why we are different. Look at what we have done for the police. And the member for Castries Central spoke a little about it. In less than 2.5 years, look at what we have done for Bordelais. And look at what the Minister for Home Affairs is doing with the protective services and the Minister for National Security. Just this morning, support to the police service with drones from the government and people of Taiwan. Vehicles for the police. Training for the police. The introduction of the training vote for the police. The divisional headquarters up at Grosile, which the Prime Minister spoke about, and other essentials for the police. We are very different, Mr. Speaker, and our priorities are different. We continue to put the people first, and I continue to support this Prime Minister and support the initiatives, and I want to say to you, Mr. Speaker, that I support what the Prime Minister has done this morning, and I look forward to the fire service. Yes, we have a lot more to do, but I look forward to the fire service getting the assistance, because their services are part of the overall healthcare system. Many people would not associate the services of the firemen and firewomen with a good healthcare system, but just think about it. If there's an unfortunate accident, and the fire service, as efficient as they get to the scene, do what they have to do as professionals, and transfer the patients to the hospitals or to the nearest health facility in record time. While these patients are being transported, they are on the ambulance receiving medical services even before they get to the hospital. So the fire service is an integral part of the healthcare system. Integral part of the healthcare system. So when the Prime Minister speaks about the 2.5% for health and security, and we come here this morning to speak about $9.71 million for the fire service, as Minister for Health, hear what I'm saying? I in that too. Mosa. Because it's as if, it's really for healthcare also. Because the emergency services form an integral part of the healthcare system. And when we support the emergency services, whether it be the police, whether it be, and especially the fire service, we are supporting healthcare, the overall reform of healthcare in St. Lucia. So, Mr. Speaker, Samaka de a se, bon matin, Premier Ministre la vini, ek nou ka prete $9.7 million, pli passe sa, mais on lui ça, $1 million, sorti Caribbean Development Bank pour aider ces pompiers. Nous avons dit pompiers en anglais, nous avons dit fire service là. Et bien, qui ça qu'a fait? Ça qu'a gagné ambulance, ça qu'a gagné fire truck, ça qu'a fait instrument. Yo qu'a développé en place côté fire service avec police, qu'a fait instrument en Vieux Fort. Et ça qu'a aidé ces fire service là pour faire plus meilleur service. Moi te dit à l'anglais, Mr. Speaker, qui là nous partis en gouvernement longtemps, l'année monsieur, c'est lui qui chef, acting chef fire service là, monsieur Ditney Downs, il était venu en office moi, et qui t'a dit moi, quand en membre parlement Vieux Fort Neuf, qui ça, c'est fire service là, brisé, et qui t'a presque pleuré, qui a dit, fire service là, brisé si pas. Avec, il t'a regardé moi, toutes ces qualités bagailles là, fire service là, brisé. Moi, bien content aujourd'hui, moi, dans le gouvernement, côté, aujourd'hui, nous venons au Parlement pour prêter l'argent, et manière nous avons vié payer l'argent, c'est pas un chay, il pas qu'à piger nous trop. Avec ça, nous qu'à faire avec l'argent, c'est un bon bagage. L'autre bagage là, moi, je dis, monsieur Speaker, c'est, là, nous baillons faire service là, si pas. Là, nous baillons ces pompiers si pas. Nous qu'à bailler secteur santé si pas. Parce que si là, il y a un accident, c'est ces pompiers qui arrivent et pour tirer ces gens en ces machines, si là, on a dit fait, tout n'importe bagaille, mettez-vous à l'ambulance. Et jic là yo ka mette yo à l'ambulance là, yo ni training nan et trauma pour manière pour lever ces moun nan, yo ka mette neck brace tout bail comme ça. Avec yo ka mette yo di d'ambulance là, et jic là ces moun nan di d'ambulance là, c'est fire service là, et délai peut-être délai si la ni docteur les signes là qui ka ranger ces moun nan chaîne yo vivant avec jic temps yo arrivé l'hôpital. Comme ça les moi qualité millions de dollars ça la premier ministre a venu pour prêter bah il fait un service là moi bien content comme ministre santé parce que moi dit il semble c'est plus l'argent yo ka bail santé même si c'est fire service yo ka bail l'argent parce que tout ça c'est système santé cette ici avec moi voulais remercier ces pompiers monsieur Speaker moi voulais dire qui c'est moun ça là tant Covid-19 tant là nous ni Covid toujours hein mais tant là tenir chay Covid avec moun ka aller l'hôpital, moun pas ça pour l'expiation, moun malade. Là il y a chay moun jik famille a dans chay moun qui porte ça pour faire. Avec ces pompiers, tu ka mettre ou ka quoi yo c'est yo ka aller en space, là où yo pas te ka connaître yo ni toute qualité hazmat, toute qualité bagay ou ka quoi c'est rocket scientist c'est moun ça avec yo ten pour aller penser gens qui malade là avec Meneyo, Victoria Hospital ou n'importe l'autre hôpital avec ces docteurs qui en Victoria te ka dit moi l'année laisse ces gens faire un service là te ka ni autant pressure pour ça yo ka ouais moun ka aller fou de là yo aller avec ces moun qui yo tota malheureusement là yo arrivé ces moun a presque mort et ça te ka affecté yo tellement là yo arrivé Victoria Hospital ces docteurs te ka dit moi a dans ces firemen et fire women te ka just play away parce que yo pas ça et den là yo arrivé l'hôpital là yo ka jouer l'autre call yo ne pour aller Castries yo ne pour aller de l'autre côté tant Covid ça là c'était un temps qui menait un chay bagay by ces fire service là c'est moun 80 fire service là quand ministre là qui est responsable pour santé moi voulais dire ces moun ça là merci en chay l'année temps que premier ministre là même jadi côté nous kay ni pour une grosse session gros parole le Covid-19 avec ces moun qui souffrent qui fait sacrifice pour assurer qui nous survive après Covid-19 ça là. So I wish to support the Prime Minister, Mr. Speaker, and give my full support to this loan. Thank you very much.